stays fortified for just a little bit longer, because with losing the Ash you also lose 3 projectiles you can use to try and waste the ADS. And as they do want to use these grenades, it's P4 that goes for the jump out but goes down due to an air jab. The grenade that got dropped by Shaiko post-mortem managed to pick up that kill, and somehow he still trades himself with the help of the air jab that Rafal has put down. And with that we stay into a 1-man advantage for Vitality rather than the 2 that they were looking to gain.
Yeah, it puts them in a bit of a tricky situation. I'm going to talk, obviously, previously about how good that utility can be, and now you've lost 2 of it. You lost your entry fight, you've lost the sort of opening engagement, you're swinging around in a great take from Ranchiro. Obviously had the drone pumping the information afterwards, but it in no way makes that fight easy. When you can
right now, concussions will be shut up. They're trying to go for double team here, but the question is, are they going to be able to get these kills, or will we see a double team ourselves on the other side of the yellow stairs right here? Ranchiro peeks in, will be able to be picked up by Rise, who now realizes there's a second player as well. Doesn't get that kill quite yet, though.
Yeah, he was so close. He's going with a pistol and finally finds the lock off. There it is, the knife. He expected the swing to come from the windows at the same time. They didn't, but because of the positioning on the Nomad, because they couldn't quite get the revenge fight, it just leaves Playday on a window. He swings at the end to see if he can have any impact, but unfortunately too little, too late. Everything in their pockets. Okay, Ranchiro went a bit early, and Alems is finally able to find something somewhere else, but with P4 gone, that still leaves Rise in that very important integral corner hold situation at the top of that staircase where they have still entirely got control. The slow creep up Shaiko around the back stairs, Visa is able to offer them a little bit more, but with the swing in suffering, it's a bit of a trade of bodies. They get rid of Rise and finally find Shinka, and top is theirs. 30 seconds in a 3 versus 2. They've got to see if they can try and capitalize their way down into the site. There's the body on the back of Spiral. Bibu is rotating up and down.
And drone.
Yeah, up seems like the taste of it, though.
Should have been aware from the drone earlier that he was playing around Spiral, but it doesn't seem like they're well aware now. Bibu just holding on here, doesn't spot the drop in the first second, and Shaiko will be able to pick up that kill. However, drops down all the way to the basement, and as Playday now goes down for the plant, it's all up to Cactus. Is he going to be able to cancel it, or is he going to stay put? Looking at the wall right here. Looks like it.
I assume a disconnect, but it's getting across what is a very long, dangerous firefight.
It definitely is, and as the Gemini quickly ran in the garage right there, they have a bit of information to go with, and as Cactus now goes down due to Shaiko, that is going to be the evil eyes neutralized. They will only be giving away some of the information right now. Shaiko trying to go for the second one, as I believe that is P4. Now actually Rice trying to go and pick up some kills, but Rafal quickly swings in from the yellow stairs, and with 50 seconds left, it's suddenly a 3-on-5 situation in favor of BDS.
Well, P4 at least battles back, drops Playday, 40 seconds. Now they've got to see if they can find their way down to the site, but the executes haven't always been the worst thing. The diffuser is in a position where it can be picked up and quickly replaced onto the side itself, but it's Bibu that gets cut down next by Shaiko. The quick swing round and the approach now as they try and just tip of the spear their way through. P4 dropped from deep, leaving just one body behind the white van, trying their best to creep their way forward. The smoke canister buys them some time, but unfortunately gives a bit of the game away. The spray around the back is Rafal, who ends up actually locking it off from the front, and BDS were able to take the ground that they needed and make it work for yellow stairs. It buys them some time, expecting a bit of a pace, but BDS weren't really throwing themselves at it just yet. They want to try and do a little bit more around the back corridor, and it's going to start here. Around Rafal, creeping down the stairs, pre-firing the angle, can't quite see them, actually does just dance around the legs of Mozzie, but nothing's connecting. Rise is able to sneak much closer than he was before, but just caught out on the swing there at the very end as the pressure starts to come around the back of white van. Rafal kills Alems, unfortunate, but Playday at least gets one back before Bibu gets a bit of revenge for Alems. Now though, 30 seconds, what can this 3 versus 3 make happen?
Shotgun from Shinka will be able to come in huge. 20 seconds left on that clock. It's a 2-on-3 situation in favor of Vitality. All they need to make sure now is that the plant won't go down, and with the kill of Bibu onto Playday, it got already dropped in with Shinka to cover it off in the end. It will be a Vitality round here.
Swing around the back stairs. Shaiko finds himself in the middle of 2. There are pings that are coming through, but maybe already slipping past Shinka might be a big part. No. Heads his way back across the opposite side, takes care of that charge, and there it is. The strike around the back stairs. Ranchiro steps up though, takes care of P4. There's one more body that swings onto them, gets one, gets the down on Shaiko as well. They might not be fully aware, but Great rotation comes out around the back stairs. They would have heard that. They're expecting the fight, and Rafal is there to get some cover and get Shaiko back to his feet. Almost a monumental play, but it was cut down a little bit too early. But still, look at the time, 30 seconds. They've still got to try and put their pressure up those staircase, which is a very tight firefight. Rise is in a new hole, but he doesn't have to stay there. Rafal takes care of Bibu in the back of the bathroom, though, with a great swing. Rise is shut down by Rafal, who's making up for the misplay in the previous round now, just leaving that Alder on the back line. But Rafal says, yeah, sorry about that team kill in the last round, lads. Here's one in response.
We're trying to lock down the players into the bathroom, making sure that they will not be leaving this room alive. And the response will be to open up the hatch and drop down to potentially go for some vertical plays there where possible.
Yeah, the verticality is still a big danger whenever you're sort of approaching, to be fair, any site on Consulate, but here as well, if you get yourself underneath, you have the angles under most of the windows where if teams try to go for these quick approaches, and then you've still got this pressure on the Visa stairs to put the pressure above this push here. P4 is the one that they're trying to knock out of that situation and pull them away, and they do it successfully. Lems gets the drop, and that frees open that big double door for them to start their approach through the cover from the piano windows. Played perfectly. Cactus is now in that back line, seeing if he can get one. Sprays towards Rafal, can't quite lock it off, so goes in on the opposite side. There's a pickup, there's a spray, and there's a C4 in amongst the chaos with only 3 seconds left. They pick it back up, but the pings are consistent. There's a spray over the top. Great cover from Alems. Can he quite find the angle? He's spraying too high. There it is! Just that adaptation in the very last second.
He's waiting below with a C4 in hand, is looking to throw that one up, and you see him aiming at the ceiling as well as P4 gets the first kill. It's Lems that gets cleaned up. That is the top floor. That's the roam gone, and with that, they can now fully focus onto opening up these hatches. At least you would think so, but it's going to be Shaiko that is waiting at the top of the spiral stairs, looking to make an impact, looking to do Shaiko things. Just get a dirty one-tap and fall back towards the side, bring it back to even numbers. As Vitality is opening up the wall right now, they're doing what needs to be done. They're setting themselves up for the perfect execute. But as long as Shaiko is roaming around, he might be coming back to destroy everything they've set up so far.
P4 hasn't quite had the huge effect he had in the previous game, and there you have it now. Renshiro with a great take onto the bottom of yellow stairs gives them, there's the ping that said, hey, there's a man here, but he's under the own sort of pressure. 15 seconds, Vitality can work in these late second pushes and executes, but as the canister starts to careen its way across the top, it's Cactus that cuts them in half with a double. Got to stick that diffuser too. Brede on the back stairs is cut off there, and now it is just Renshiro spraying his way around the best as he can, but Vitality, I said they can work well in those final 15-second executes, and they demonstrate just how well they can work.
1 minute left on the clock. Vitality, they need to move. They need to still go down to all the way to the basement. And the Lems is still around. He's playing around that bathroom. He's playing around antechamber. Has the opportunity to try and rotate around. And as the buck starts opening up, you do see Lems digging himself in a little bit deeper. Brede gets the kill down onto Bibu. Tries to go for a bit of support onto Lems, who now gets picked up. And instantly see that rotation all the way back down. Brede knows, I cannot stick around here. It's a 3-on-3. I cannot give away the man count that we might have balanced out for now, especially not with 30 seconds. A kill onto Brede would have potentially ended the round right there. So good call for him that he falls back. 25 seconds. They're trying to deal with some of the utility, but they fail to do so as the grenades get caught up by ADSs.
Yeah, both caught to remove potentially the claw and the Maestro cam on the far side. At least some of it's gone, and that at least give them an entrance. But as Renshiro sprays back through, he's going to make sure that it's not comfortable. There's a canister that's in the way. You've got to try and just dig yourself through. We talked about this with Virtus Pro before, and they're going to see if they can make it stick. It's a 2 versus 1, but with 3 seconds, they're going to try and stick it on the opposite side. Just had to win that first firefight. He's going to drop down, find the feet, and Rafal. I guess it's, you know, it's nice when you can sort of see a team and how they wanted stuff to go, and then how it goes when it goes well versus when it doesn't quite make it. And I think the escape there of Alems was one of them. Cactus being dropped early by Shaiko. You can see big pressure coming from a very quick Vitality push here. They threw themselves in, but that diffuser not quite making the rush means that it was a little bit for naught, and they've got to sort of recycle and reposition themselves to try and get it off. There's a spray and a firefight over that opener. Bibu finds himself on a very little amount of health, but Rafal being able to get away with that that with barely any damage and those smoke canisters. Goodbye BDS, you assume, if that can just catch. No, the new propagation system means it doesn't quite get that angle. He's going for the hop out. He doesn't make it. BDS survives against so many odds due to the new changes, the spray down the back corridor, and a situation where Vitality were in a bit of a tough spot and had to reclaim the diffuser. They've been able to turn it into a totality and almost a fatality as they singularly fight now towards Renshiro. He's battled his way back up the spiral stairs, but they're well aware of the positioning, the spread of the Vitality 4. You look at how far apart it is. There is an entire cacophony. It's like Renshiro is on a stage and they are all around you, and unfortunately their applause is shooting you in the face. All of the BDS players standing, but at least Vitality have been able to take control of yellow stairs.
One player in the office, however, Renshiro playing behind the bomb chassis, trying to rotate out, being pressured from two different angles at the same time. Rise, however, wants to go into the bathroom, but by the way that it got opened up by the Salmons, it's going to be exposing him to too many angles, and that basically makes it so he cannot really try and contest Team Lucy right here. Knows he's behind the desk right now. However, Shaiko picks up a great kill onto Cactus, and Renshiro needs to go down. A grenade will make that happen. Now they need to deal with the player inside of the connector here, and as Rise tries to do exactly that, it's Shaiko that will refuse to die for now. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be Rise that picks up the kill. 3-on-3, 30 seconds left. The execute must be now.
Long arming some smoke canisters towards the back of the site there to see if they can catch that diffuser planter. As we said, it's one of those trades in the balances of you've got to be able to pick yourself back up. Shinka does all he can to offer the cover and the support as BDS gets that diffuser and gets himself stacked back and dug in against the connector wall there. Pops and pre-fires around the corner. Alems wants to go a little bit deeper, but it's a dangerous dance and it's cut in half, and there it is. Vitality are able to put themselves onto map point with another fantastic put together execute. Otherwise, butted heads against them, and they can really put them to task and put them to focus. And it shows you that a team that can have this much sort of preparation and steps behind them, you know, if Vitality had the time that they could dedicate to BDS, and they have to dedicate to BDS to a lot of other teams, you think how far that this roster could go.
And definitely so. And if you, that's going to be a quick plant. EP4 already going down, will be taken care of. However, from, I believe that was a drop down together with the bathroom peak, and Shink will only be finding one as a return. That means that Vitality is one man down. However, as you said, 2 minutes 10 on the clock. It's plenty of time.
If BDS are aware of this, they can entirely reconvene themselves onto what is a hefty hold. Just sees the toes, but unfortunately, Cactus isn't taking a dangerous risk right now because he only has a sliver of health. Shaiko doesn't have much more, but you never really know that. Shaiko now has even less. But he dances around, he flicks, he quick, and he's not able to quite lock it off. Shinka goes for the pickup and the cover. You can see that they're still a bit concerned, but BDS has been able to swing the body balance into their favor again. Yet again, Vitality were off to not the best start, but yet again, they've been able to strike back, restructure, relearn, and reapply themselves towards BDS, who are trying to hold on to a team that is otherwise being very confident on their approaches here.
Now, BDS currently droning in. You also have one drone left on Shinka, 2 drones on BDS, and a Gemini replicator. A minute left on the clock as well. It's plenty of time to work with. A great shot from Rafal, but the Cactus out of servers here. Brings it back to a 2-on-2 situation. Flashbangs are looking to be tossed in, and this will be followed up surely with a repelling from BDS, trying to go aggressive onto the player, but he's not going to be able to pick up the kill. It's a triple kill for Rafal. Shinka now tries to find a response, but will not be able to find it yet. 35 seconds on that clock. Still plenty of time. Still a drone available to Shinka, and as he rotates around towards the main door, Rafal should be aware as well. Reloads the SMG quickly and knows that the push will have to come. Swaps over to the shotgun. The actual chem will be giving away the information there, and it will be BDS that picks up yet another round. But it could have gone either way right here. To use those drones already, will be on the Gemini replicator, trying to get some information, know exactly where Rafal is right now. However, still a dangerous angle to peek. Canisters are being tossed out to try and deny the peek from coming through. The Ash charge will not be reaching the table, which makes actually Shaiko with a double kill there. It's before taking care of from that window. That's going to be very big. It allows Rafal to move up with that shotgun, play close to the door. And as Cactus is nearing it little bit by little bit, that shotgun will be coming in huge for sure.
Well, now Shinka, who we're going to talk about Shaiko getting the open, and Shinka's been fantastic at getting the response a little bit later on in the round, and has been, for some of the rounds in Vitality's favor, the one that starts to drive it their way. The bottom of Spiral goes the way of BDS, but with canisters still being popped and one still in the pocket, no longer, I think, at this situation. No, there's still one there on the board, 15 seconds, and Cactus is going for the close firefight. The shotgun stacked itself up, cuts the diffuser in half, the reposition down the backside of the stairs, and this is us heading into an OT. at this moment in time. BDS aren't going to hand this one away, but they don't really have to. Brede swings on the backside of the top of the stairs, pushes us into OT.
Hold, or are we just going to be setting ourselves up to overrun the site? As Lem is getting quite close to the yellow stairs, he might actually be deciding to go for a bit of a peek here.
He's toying with the idea, and you expect that there'll be some sort of control, and it's P4. As we said, hasn't been able to dig into this fight the same way that he's been able to, especially previously, but with Shaiko instantly getting the body back, takes care of Rise. The Bucks in a tricky situation. The C4 shot out before it can make the impact that it wanted to. Shaiko's able to drift the other way, but there's Cactus with the control, and as he said, the drone giving that intel.
In a drone on the top of yellow, they knew exactly who would be in that corner, so it's an easy kill for them at that moment in time. And as P4 now opens up into the connector, it will be the smoke to fall back and Brede to take a bit more of a forward position. Has the shield to play with a pixel angle as well. Bebo taking a lot of damage trying to repel in, might actually die on his way in. No way did that just happen. 10 seconds, you could have waited just a little bit there, but of course there is multiple smoke canisters that could pop. So now we see the Ace just running in, Cactus grabbing that diffuser, but forgets that he actually needs to press the button, and now we'll have to do it in the middle of the site here, and there's just limited cover. Misses the shot on this line. Maestro there. One passes through, two pass through, and BDS win the round somehow. So now he's in, well, literally stuck between a rock and a hard place and a third thing that I don't know what to call, because there's one man on the skylight, there's one man on the yellow window, and there's one man on the bathroom window. He can literally not move from here.
Rise getting that kill, spraying his way back around, and then finding one more. Steadily removing them. You took out the second frag grenade by accident, and you have the cover there. You're then able to get a bit of revenge, and yet again, they've picked themselves back up in this situation. A bit of a trade in the hands of the diffuser as BDS restructure themselves for a second approach.
Double repelling must be the thing. Rafal goes in. Brede should be as well. Rise manages to pick up the first one. Gets taken out by Brede right after. Was stunned by the Yokai drone, but it wasn't enough to stop Brede from getting the kill. And as he is now waiting patiently, just afraid that he might get peeked. It's a 30-second situation and a 2-1-4 here for BDS. When Shiro grabs that diffuser, they try and get that Yokai drone, but fail to do so. Really struggling here, and that will slow him down for just a couple of seconds more. 20 seconds, are they going to be able to get that plan down?
I mean, one more Echo drone still on the table in the middle of the room. It's trying to find itself solid. There's some walls opening. They're actually going to use it as a bit of early aggression here on the split. They pop it and are able to pull it back in time too. Steadily and stunned, try and scream their way across, but it's an easy cleanup for Vitality. Still teetering ourselves on the end of a stressful game. There's one more round left.
With that, good pieces of utility are being taken care of. Just tries to find as much as he possibly can, tries and take care of one of the EDSs, knows exactly where the Mozzie is, pings the head, giving the opportunity to go for a pre-fire. They have it, a pre-fire comes in, but they missed the opportunity, they missed the shot, and Shaiko will live for now, but P4 is already in.
P4 just dug his way into pipes when Shiro stops it before he gets much deeper, but suffers. In the meantime, they're going to stick it with Shinker on the close cover, and suddenly it's all blue, just Brede left. He's trying to find something over the top of the boxes, digs the man between the cars, but it's Vitality, and look at Bebo in the top left. That's the energy after a max OT game against your country folk, against the team that is often cited as being the strongest in the region. That is the hype and the energy you need, and that is a victory that was bitterly fought for, but exceptionally deserved.